Hi everyone. I am standing in front of what I call the little creek, and you can see some of the reflections of the trees in the background there floating down across this little creek. And this is a space where I oftentimes come to, and I'll talk about where I come and reflect and think and ponder, get some steps in as well, right? Just all of that good stuff that we need. And one of the things that is coming up for me today as I hit some of the reflections is around some things I put out onto my newsletter today. And it's around the concept of you're enough and you're worthy. And that causes some triggers in some people for really good reasons, right? Because we might have been told you're not quite enough. Now, usually people don't come out and say it in that way, but they just infer it in the way that they look at you, the way that they respond to you in different things. And so we begin to believe that we're not enough and that we're not worthy, really, of being all who we came here to be. And we focus then on those things that we're not, and we just downplay those really cool things that we are. A couple of years ago, just right around this time, 2 years ago, I took a couple of major steps into some things that I thought people might enjoy or like, but I also had some concerns that might not resonate with everybody in my life in the same way. And yet I really felt this pulling on me. You know, one of those things that I needed to do just to be me. As we face some of those things in life and the questions come up, you can just hear all the little birds in the background and the chipmunks and the squirrels. As these things in life that come up that push us back or push us down and say, you know, you're really not perhaps ready to do that. You're really not worthy or all of what you think you are. We somehow have to be able to find our roots, find our grounding, find how we connect to the deeper part in ourselves, because those things that sometimes other people tell us, sometimes what institutions or our culture tell us, but oftentimes what we tell ourselves, just so we can fit in or not ruffle the waters, right? Trying to keep the peace, even though it chews us up inside and we really feel like we're not able to be who we think we ought to be. When those things come up that push us to keep ourselves small, to keep ourselves little and in a little box, we need to find where our roots are. I think that's why I love like these big old trees, because big old trees just put down roots, right? And year after year, decade after decade, they just keep growing. They found their roots and they just keep doing the little things that are them time and time again. And I think that's what the message maybe for me today is, and maybe for you to consider as well. Where do we find our roots that help us feel grounded so that we can keep doing those little things that we feel we're called to be and do, which may not fit into the perceptions of the world, and we're not entirely sure that when we get done with them, we're going to fit into the perceptions of the world. But maybe we didn't come here to fit into the perceptions of the world. Maybe we came here to help change the world. Take care, everyone.